What is going on, guys? It is Peak Reacts, and I am back on 2K, and I'm gonna start another Blazers series, as you see by the title. I did one of these back in the middle of the pandemic, went like 10 episodes, something like that, but I'm doing it again. I'm gonna make it very realistic. It's gonna be mini episodes, and I'm going to try to retool the Blazers and do exactly what I think the Blazers should do and possibly can do over the next year to get them back into the playoffs and back into contention for possibly an NBA championship. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. We're starting on the day I'm recording this, January 12th. Excuse me, it's January 13th actually. And the Nuggets play tonight against the Blazers. I've got Dame out for 1 to 2 months. That's how much I anticipate him to be out, most likely the rest of the year. So have that down. And then I also have McCollum out for 2 to 4 more weeks. I think he will be out for about that much time. So I went ahead and did that. And my plan for this is I want to tank. I want to tank and get a top 5 pick. I want to trade some guys, and that's exactly what I'm going to start doing right now. I'm going to go to this trading block. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this right now. This first episode will be the trade deadline and what I think the Blazers should do. First, Nurkic, you're on the trading block. Second, McCollum, you're on the trading block. Third, Rocco, you're on the trading block. Now, Rocco and Nurkic are 2 players that I think I'm going to trade at the deadline. McCollum, I think I'll trade in the summer, but if I do get an offer somehow that I like, then I'll pull the trigger and I'll go ahead and do it. The key for the rest of this year, this guy, Anthony Simons, needs to get a lot of play time, and so does Nasir Little. We are going to get these guys' value up. We are going to get them experience, and we are going to make it happen. I want Greg Brown in the lineup. Even though he's a power forward, he's not going to get that many minutes. Tony Snell doesn't need minutes. Dennis Smith Jr., you don't need a lot. Ben McLemore, you don't need a lot. Cody Zeller, you don't deserve that many minutes. I would rather Nance get more than you. Simons, I want you at least 34 a night. Powell, I want you around there too. Little around 34, Nurk around 35. We'll have Nurk playing the most minutes. I don't know if that's the smartest thing, but I'm going to do it. And that's how my lineup is going to look like for the foreseeable future. Now, one thing I also want to do, and I got to make sure I figure out how to do this, is I want to have Dame mentor Simons. Now I've got to find that on the thing, player mentorship. So we're going to give Simons Dame. We want Dame to mentor Simons. And what do we want to mentor him as? Wow, he's got a lot of badges. I saw some Hall of Fame badges. We'll focus on those first. We'll go limitless spot up. I think he's, that's a good thing Simons could use. We'll go with, what else do we want Simons to learn about? We'll go volume shooter because we want Simons to be a great shooter. And then we will also do clutch shooter because we want Simons to get some clutch shots up. So Dame will mentor Simons. We also have Nasir. Now who's going to mentor Nasir? I think the guy in mind I have is Robert Covington, even though I think I'll be moving off of him at the trade deadline. Just a couple weeks of this mentorship. I want Nasir to be like Robert Covington, if I'm being honest. We'll give him catch and shoot. We will go with interceptor, and we will go with clamps. We want Nasir Little to be a lockdown defender. The last guy on here, we could go ahead and do Greg Brown. Greg Brown's a young player. Looks like Nance might already be mentoring him, so we're going to keep it with Lob City Finisher. We'll do his other goal no matter what. His interceptor, we want him to be a great defensive player. And we will go posterizer because we want Greg Brown to be a highlight film. The reason why I'm tanking and why the best decision is to tank is this reason right here. You would think that we shouldn't tank. Look at our picks. Nope, we don't have pick. We don't have a first round pick, but voila, we actually do as long as we are in the lottery. We have a lottery protected first round pick. The Bulls own it right now. They got it from the Rockets, who got it from us in the Robert Covington deal. So as long as we stay within the lottery, we will keep our pick. And as we go to the mock draft, where are we currently right now? That would be our pick. They have us taking Peyton Watson in this one. And the other one, Kennedy Chandler. We don't need a point guard. And then Hunter Salas, we don't need a point guard. I do like the Peyton Watson idea, but a guy I like the most in the draft is Jabari Smith out of Auburn. Power forward, 6'8". He's only just 18 years old, so he is a freshman in high school. And he has a 7'4" wingspan. I think he has a great future in the NBA, and obviously if we can get Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, one of those guys, I will gladly take them. So we're gonna go ahead and start simulating now to the trade deadline. I'll simulate a couple games right here just to see how the lineup is doing. Again, we want to lose. We lose our game against the Nuggets, which will happen tonight. I'm not gonna accept any trades from the CPU unless I absolutely love them, but we go and we play the Magic, we lose. Let's just check out these box scores from these games. Simon's 19-4-4, 4-14 shooting, we don't love that. Nurkic, we want to have good games. Powell's taking a lot of shots, that's fine. Little, we want to have good games. We want Nurkic, Covington to both have good games to up their value. So Nurkic here goes 14-9-5. Bad efficiency, and then we got Covington, no points on the board, taking only 5 shots, but that's normal for him, but he's got to hit shots. Simons puts up 21, we love to see that. Little, 2 of 10, would love to improve that. And then we go Powell with 36 against the Magic. You love to see that, great efficiency. Little with a great game. Nurkic with a pretty solid game, 15-10-4. Zeller 15-10 off the bench in only 19 minutes. Simon struggled a bit. Again, Covington, actually a better game this time, 9-8-3, 3 blocks as well. I'm gonna simulate to February 9th, and that is when we will begin. Excuse me, February 7th we'll actually do. I'll get back to you, and we'll begin the trade deadline. We'll begin our talks with other teams. See you there. All right, we were at All-Star Captains a couple days before the trade deadline, but we're just gonna check it out. Maybe we sneak an All-Star somehow. I don't really know how that's possible. But let's just see who's on the All-Star team. We got Ja Morant, first-time All-Star. Valanciunas makes the All-Star game. Westbrook makes the All-Star game, really? DeRozan makes it. I like that. Drew Holiday makes it, I like that. AD makes it, I don't know about that, but maybe they're doing good in 2K. But as you see, we are taking a lot of losses, or we have only a couple wins. We're just gonna go ahead and simulate through here. I did turn on the, oh, they have McCollum back now. We're gonna leave the rotation as is. See, I can accept trades from other teams, see if I like it. Like, this trade makes no sense, so why would I let it go through? We'd get a win, and these are the players I'm scouting right now. I got Chet, Paolo, Patrick Baldwin out of Milwaukee, Jalen Duran, Jabari Smith, and Peyton Watson. So those are the guys that I'm scouting at the moment. It looks like they like Jabari Smith, B-, and then obviously the 1-2, Chet and Paolo. Talen Horn-Tucker for PJ Tucker, and Udonis Haslem. That's not the worst trade in the world, but I don't think that he would do that, so I'm not gonna do it. And we lose to the Lakers. So let's go ahead and check the standings right now. How bad are we getting? Because again, we wanna be really bad. We are now 19-37, so 3rd worst there. We're about 5th worst in the league. So right now we have a top 5 pick. If we did go to the mock draft right now, they slot us at 6. Again, it says Bulls right now. They have us taking a point guard here. Ty Washington, don't love that. Jaden Ivey, 6'4" guard, but again, we just don't need guard play. And then another point guard, I'm not really sure what that's all about. Let's go ahead and check out the stats of the season so far. Again, this is not gonna be fully correct. But Simons' scoring is now up to 15, 3 assists. I would love to see him get his assists up. And he's up to an 80 overall. Nurkic, 83, still 14-10. That's just a solid year from Nurk. Little, 75 overall, 9 points. So that'll be more interesting at the end of the year, but right now is the time for trades. I wonder if they have McCollum in the starting lineup. I don't even know if we have McCollum playing. Yeah, McCollum's still resting. He's back though, but we're gonna make the trades. Let's just jump into it. Let's figure out what we're doing here. So let's just see what someone would want for Nurk. We'll just package and we'll just go Nurk right now. What do people do? I don't even know what I would want to trade right now. What I would want. I'm kind of doing this on the fly with you guys. So I see Brook Lopez, and it's got to be a realistic trade for the other side. None of these make sense really. We don't need Clint Capella. This is a team that I've seen a lot. I can see them wanting a center. Mitchell Robinson, that's interesting. here, see if we see anything we like. No, I'm actually gonna draw up a trade that I think could realistically go down. Let's go back to proposed trade. So Ben Simmons, we're not getting right now. No one from the Bucks, Bulls, they're not in trade talks. Cavs, no. Celtics. Who was it that I was thinking about that I think needs a center? Hornets need a center, that's a possibility. The Kings kind of need a center, but I don't see us making deals with them. Magic, no. Mavericks, no. Nets, no. Pacers is a very interesting team. I could see us picking up like a TJ Warren or a Karis LeVert for him. Pistons, I see us very interested in Jerami Grant. So I'm actually going to target Jerami Grant, actually. He's got a couple years left on his deal. It would be centered around Nurk. If we were to do this, the Blazers would acquire $5 million more than allowed. And then what if we threw, so if we wanted to give up $5 million, it's like Larry Nance, but I would throw Rocco in there, and if that's the case, they would have too many players. So we would just do a salary filler, and we would just pick up, who would they not want? I mean, all these guys they kind of like. Let's do, say, Frank Jackson. So that's good right there. I think this could be an interesting trade. Let's just see what it says. And they agree to the offer. We're picking up Jerami Grant. Honestly, that's a little easier than I expected, but that's a realistic trade I could see going down. We bring Jerami Grant to the team to play our power forward position, but that would mean we would have no center at the moment. So if we were to update the lineup, I still have McCollum. Oh, they have McCollum coming off the bench, which I kind of like. I really don't know what I want to do with McCollum. I think I don't want to play him right now. Just for the time being. Get that lung healthy, but I really just don't see him playing a lot. And if that was the case, CJ Elliott's not getting 29 minutes. I can be sure of that. Not even that many, and not even that many. Sorry, you can get 17 minutes, but Jerami Grant would be our guy. And then I would want to go pick up a center right now, if I'm being honest. If we were to trade anyone else right now, the reason I like the Jerami Grant trade is because we still have him for a couple more years. Nance is interesting. Zeller's interesting. I really don't need a center, but I don't need Frank Jackson, so just, oh right, we keep Frank Jackson, he can't be traded. It's just tough. Zeller. I just want to get someone bigger than Zeller to run the starting center. Let's just see if there's anyone out there. We can bring back Canner, but that's not realistic. Hassan. Mitchell Robinson, that's just not a realistic deal. Maybe we just go sign someone out of free agency. Let's go check that out. Free agency, we want some centers. Mark Saul, Jalil Okafor. We can bring back Noah Vonleh. Moses Brown. He wants $8.4 million. What? Why do you need so much money, bud? We'll bring back Harry Giles. He wants 9.18. It's getting a little too low overall for me now. We will just get Aaron Baines because he does not want a lot of money. Minimum, offer the contract, he accepts it. Love to see it. We'll go to the game plan. They want McCollum to run some minutes. Honestly, I'm gonna allow McCollum to play. He's just not gonna play a ton. Because again, I want our guys like Nas and Ant to really be running the show. Jerami Grant doesn't need to be playing a lot of minutes, but I want these guys to get their experience up. I am going to sim a couple games with the new squad and see how it is. So we will simulate. Yes. Simulate a little bit here. We're gonna simulate. Oh wait, did I do something wrong? Simulate through date. Here we go. First couple games with the new team. We lose to the Knicks. We take on the Bucks and we lose, and we take on the Grizzlies and we lose. You'd love to see it. But let's just check out how the new team's doing. Jerami Grant, first game in a Blazer uniform, 28, 7, and 2 on 11 for 21 shooting. Powell, pretty good. McCollum's first game back, only takes 6 shots, but he gets 15 on those 6 shots. Nance, Dennis, Simon's tough game. Little, not the best. Baines in his first game. Solid stuff. Grant, again, 23, 4, and 8. Powell, 20 points. Zeller, 14, 11, and 1. McCollum, 12 on 14 shots. That's more like a CJ. Stat line, then we got Dennis with 11. Little, solid. Simons, again, I saw another struggle for him. And then 10 points for Simons here. Macklemore, 24 on 9 shots. Love to see it. And Grant, doing good so far in a Blazer uniform. That's going to do it for episode 1. I just wanted to get a big trade going down. Jerami Grant is a Blazer. I think that's a realistic thing that could happen at the trade deadline. Nurk and Rocco for Jerami Grant. Look out. But again, I think we want to tank the rest of the year. It's just the best move. We want to keep this pick. And that's that. Next episode, we will simulate the rest of the season and get into the offseason and figure out what we do from there. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more rebuilds, more rebuild episodes, retool. I don't want to call it a rebuild because it's not a rebuild. But make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more if you enjoy it. Peace.